This is the Marantz 4300 4-channel phono section. I'm going to try and show as best I can here what was changed. I think what's important in the photo section of a lot of these Marantzes. Here's the parts that were replaced. The most important one, this little thing right here, that's a diode. In about half the Marantzes I've had in here that had phono problem, that diode goes bad. And I think most technicians are aware of it, but you replace it with, I'm trying to do this with one hand, this little contraption here, right here. These are two diodes I have in series. They're 1N4148, and the reason I use two of them is because it's hard to find a diode with the same forward voltage as this little one right here. So if I series them, it increases the forward voltage a little bit just to make it just about a perfect match. So that's why we use them. Something else important here, I didn't think this unit had been worked on before, but these two capacitors in the phono section are mismatched here. So one was replaced before, and that's these down in a corner. This one on the opposite side, I've matched them up. But the most important thing for the sound of this phono section, which improves it significantly, is these two capacitors here are tantalums. This must be magnetized here. I'll use a pencil point. These are tantalum capacitors, and whenever possible, when they're in the audio path, I like to replace them. They don't have to be, they're not defective, but the sound of a tantalum compared to these good WIMA caps in here that I put in, WIMA film caps, W-I-M-A, they're 1 microfarad, and the sound is, I think, significantly different. A lot of people like using film caps wherever possible, wherever they'll fit. If you notice, they're a lot larger. That's kind of one of the problems with using film capacitors. And then again, this electrolytic, the main filter capacitor, was replaced on the phono section. This phono section sounds a lot better. Wasn't quite up to snuff when I listened to it. It was good, but not what it should be. Cleaning the controls, as you can see, on a 4-channel, you don't want these ever to go bad because it's very hard to find a gang of 4 potentiometers to fit these things. But 4-channel, double everything. These are the tone controls. You have to yank them out. You cannot clean them, even though people attempt it and they smudge them, but it's a big job to take this thing apart just to get at the controls, to clean them properly, I should say, and then you can get back in here and clean the switches as well. So cleaning the controls is not just a matter of spraying. You have to take things apart to get at them, to clean them properly. And that's what I just finished up. Cleaned up controls, cleaned the switches, and I have to even disassemble a little bit farther to get at some of the other switches. But this unit's going to be overhauled pretty good, so we want to make sure it's all done. Also, this little hidden capacitor in here has been replaced. That's a filter that oftentimes when I see these receivers that have been recapped, that filter has not been replaced, but it's already done on this particular unit. So there again, here we go, Marantz 4300.